first she assumed I was just in here roughhousing, because that's what boys do. Only, there was just one problem with that. I wasn't home. I was at the grocery store. I don't know. I haven't made the video yet. Get off my ass. Turns out one of these panels fell off the wall and broke the very expensive. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of... Even though I never really did figure out how to light you correctly, you will be missed. A little over 10 years now, which sounds impressive. As long point to a didn't learn music theory for songs that I wanted to learn but like simple. I can never really do that part. No, that's funny. Hey guys, welcome back to the world famous Orlando Zoo. I would sit there and put individual people. We also felt bad for her the whole time. So I wanted to make it up to her by buying her a toy. And then once I did that, I started getting ads for other toys. So then obviously I bought those too, which only led me to get more ads. I hate interacting with the animal I'm taking care of. If I could just hand her an iPad, I would, but that only works with toddlers.
Instinctively try to catch it and it will bounce back.
Same product, but from a different company.
Yeah, I haven't touched it or played with it, but I've looked at it.
What the hell is this thing?
Play catch. She's not a caveman.
To decipher what this is, did I order 2 cowboy hats? If something makes any noise, she doesn't like it.
Thank me, or does she just like the way my hair? Bad news. The good news is, doesn't like that it went from being small to being
hungry.
Yeah, she's also like, all right, will this get me food? Right now, she's gonna be so excited. Or I have some evidence that she's enjoying the toy. Reverse psychology.
Use the stick, Bim Bim. You have to hit
ask Bim Bim in her own language. Power found within the Cat Translator app. I was able to ask Bim Bim to rank all of these products. Keep in mind, this is not in any way unbiased. These have been ranked strictly on the Bim Bim fun scale.
Had so much fun with all her new toys. Kind of makes too like a game or something, you know? Good thing it is guys in space. Because the game, it takes place. Cool about learning a guitar solo though is that they tend to use like every note that works in whatever key the song is in. Way to understanding how the guitar works. So as soon as I felt comfortable enough to start like writing, stopped trying to learn things. And looking back on it, that was as I took early on in my guitar journey. Before I ever got that proficient, trying to throw a frisbee, and spent trying to make sure that my left hand doesn't have any responsibilities. Even the simplest shit I could possibly play. The buttons are way too far away for me to go back and forth.
Played for like 11 hours the first 2 days, even though I almost failed most of the time.
Part of the reason I'm even making this video in the first place? Am I just destined to keep repeating the same mistakes? Am I stupid?
I think now as an adult, having played the actual guitar for a long time, I've built up a little...
I'm gonna fail this. I just know I'm gonna fail.
It's not me. It's the game.
Guitar update. I don't really know how to track my progress on here. With Guitar Hero, they give you a... I would say my biggest takeaway so far is that if nothing else, Clone Hero is a really fun way to warm up your hands.
So then I tried doing another song from the EP, and this one was going great too, until I got to the guitar solo at the end. And I have no idea what he's playing. At the end of my journey, it got to the point... Wrong. It is a big deal. Because even though during the... So I regret to inform you that even after spending 4 long months trying to get as good at Guitar Hero, what all the haters and losers out there try to say about me, I don't care, because I'm proud of myself.
So last night I went to an open mic in Castleberry, Florida. I was so nervous beforehand about the performance and having to set up real quick. Seconds to connect to the Bluetooth speakers that everyone else was using. The past few weeks thinking about every possible outcome for this, and this was probably the best one. Everyone was a little worried they'd get mad at me because they were like, in which to share my art. And I think I'll end by saying this. If I can stand in front of a room, then you can do anything. Thanks for watching, guys.
Hey, guy. Sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. I went to Europe on vacation, but we accidentally locked our keys. Here, the Writers Guild of America went on strike this month for the first time in 15 years. However, the more shows will be delayed and affected. It won't just be daily talk shows, because that's what happened last time, and there's a very good chance it's going to happen. From continuing to shrink writers' rooms, they're fighting to be paid residuals for streaming shows rather than just a day rate, and they're fighting to keep AI out of the writers' room altogether. It's writers, and really the entire point of art in the first place. Not that that matters. So one of the biggest differences between this strike and the last one is that a lot of the demands coming from the writers are in regard. Though almost every popular and well-respected has come from Apple TV, Netflix, or HBO Max. But because streaming is, so since shows like The Office and It's Always Sunny air continue to earn revenue, the writers keep getting paychecks. Which makes sense, right? As long as keep getting a percentage of that money. But on streaming, there is no potential for on Hulu for weeks and causes thousands of people to sign up for a subscription that they didn't have before. Just pay that subscription until the next season comes out. None of that matters to you because you'll never see any of that extra revenue that you helped earn. There's no financial upside for doing a good job. So get the fuck out of there so we don't have to put your name in the credits and we don't have to keep you employed while we continue to work on. Now we can send all those people home and show them the movie when we're done filming it in 6 months. But that's not how it works, or at least not how it should, and it's up to set. And a joke doesn't really work as it was written because it just doesn't sound right coming from the way they had intended, and now this line doesn't make sense. People in the room who wrote the words and understand the story inside and out is the best way to make a quick change that doesn't disrupt the flow of filming. It's a collaborative process from everyone involved in order to make the best thing possible, and sometimes that means adapting on the fly words that were typed 4 months ago, no matter what. Two major effects on the industry that comes with being on set during your production, where they would get a glimpse into the entire process and everything that goes into bringing these scripts to life. Experience that historically has been vital as these writers continue to move up the career ladder to showrunner, director, executive producer. Like, they have to realize that they're cutting out who've never been even remotely taught how to be in charge of something like expensive issues that result in reshoots and delays and extended post-production timelines. And before you know it, all of the money the studio was trying to save by these writers who are just trying to stay employed for a few extra weeks so they can help out on set, where they could have helped prevent the reshoots in the first place. First creative decisions that make shows worse and then lose money anyway. UGA is fighting for is more than fair. Everyone deserves to be paid what they're worth, and there's absolutely no reason in this situation. It seems like a no-brainer thing to support. That hasn't stopped some of the big jobs don't last nearly as long as they used to because seasons are significantly shorter now and no one wants to keep those just to make ends meet. But then you've got these people who are salivating. Good riddance, Hollywood losers. Or should I say Holly weird. Sentiment that I've seen shared by hundreds of people online is so see any value in creative jobs and think that everyone who complains about it should just go into a real placed by AI. They're not going to stop at the jobs that you don't care about. They're going to replace all of the job workers who are fighting to prevent this from happening, but you seem to be so distracted by this one tree. You know how much shit has come out in just like the past few years alone? I guess you were too busy complaining why they keep making them? Because they make a shit ton of money every time. And you know why they make a shit ton of money every time? Because you keep going to see them. If you want more originality in Hollywood, you know what's not going to solve that problem? Fucking ChatGPT. AI does not create original ideas because it can't. It doesn't have unique life experience or a sense of humor that it can draw upon. It is a glorified search engine that just plagiarizes a bunch of elements of already existing human creations and regurgitates it onto a Word document. Can you believe this entire trailer is AI generated? Yeah, I can actually, because this shot is identical to one that already exists. Also, it looks like crap. And on the topic of AI, which is only a small part of the strike, but it's what a lot of these dumbasses are pointing to try to devalue writers and people who create art. To me, it's almost not even a matter of if an entire show could be written by ChatGPT. It's that even if it can, I don't give a shit. I have negative interest in watching like an algorithmically generated show written by software. Using math, we've perfectly optimized this script for human enjoyment. Like, that's what we're gonna do now? No thanks. I like watching TV and movies because they're a celebration of human creativity. I want to see people tell stories about their lives or turn hard times into art because it's incredible that it's even possible to do that. And when you see something that resonates with you and speaks to a part of you that you've never quite been able to put into words and makes you feel emotions like that, that's that good shit. And then you get done watching it, you can look up behind the scenes videos and interviews with the director and the writers and figure out like how they filmed this crazy shot or how they came up with the idea for the ending. Like, I just think it's one of the most beautiful things that we as a human race have created. And I can't even relate to the mindset of someone who's like, yeah, but my computer could do all that. Like, I have nothing in common with that person. And to enjoy one show, I don't think you realize that a lot of the changes that have been taking place throughout the streaming era as to why you might not like a show as much as you used to are going to suffer. But most importantly, if someone can't afford to pay rent from doing their job and they have to waste all their time and energy on a side hustle about it, and it makes more money, and then everyone wins. It's so simple. Why are we against this? Just so one guy that because of a handful of crappy remakes you've seen, you think every single from their golden throne of infinite money. No, that's the people they're striking against. At the rate things are going, writing will not be a viable career. Those shows? I hate 22-year-olds with rich parents. So if you want TV to get better, you should be on the side of the people who are best at it. Is that if you watch this video and you thought, well, I sympathize with the writers here, but this kind of thing is happening in every industry. And going up to offset that, I agree. All of that is bad. I'm only focusing on the thing that's happened before that I was interested then, I'm interested in now, and it's actively going instantly. It's a perfect crime. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to put a bunch of links to Twitter threads and writer on set coming from someone who has years of experience being a writer on set. And I thought this was fascinating, like a really insight on behind the scenes. How many decisions need to get made, how many people are involved in making those decisions.
Together, everything will be fine, and then the next day it's like, what, yesterday didn't even happen? Did you forget winter? I was about to lose my mind. Until I heard of us that one time. I'll have you know that I've cooked like 3, wasting your money on overpriced takeout that gets cold by the time it arrives to your house and always makes your tummy hurt because you accidentally ordered way too much and still forced yourself to eat it all anyway. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my promo code I'mALittleStinker16 for 16 free meals, including free shipping. Link in the description. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring my channel and paying my bills and feeding